There are so many things you can do with a propane torch, but which of them are any good? There are so many different models of these on Amazon and other retailers, and some are really good, and some are complete garbage. It turns out there are some major differences in the 9 units that we're testing in this video. I'm also going to show you the one that I don't think anybody should ever buy, so stick around. I'm David Gafford, and here at the BBQ Lab, Melissa and I test the gear you want to buy so you can buy the best and just skip the rest. In this video, we'll test how far each of these can throw a flame, whether they're any good at lighting wood fire pits, if they can light charcoal in a kettle grill, how they sear beef short ribs, and so much more. We purchased all of the units that you're going to see in this video outside of the grill gun and sous vide gun that we've been using here at the BBQ Lab for about 4 years now. We didn't source new models. These are 4-year-old models of these units. So we're throwing them in with the brand new ones that we bought to figure out which is the best propane torch for you. We designed these tests ourselves, and no brand is paying us or giving us notes to make this video. The results are simply the results. And if that kind of video is for you, let's meet the contenders. The Rub Dark torch weighs 1.74 pounds, is $49.99, and has 45,000 BTUs of power. The way that you operate this is pretty simple. This is how much gas you want, and this is the ignition. So if we simply just turn a little bit of gas on, then hit this, that is our ignition for that. You can turn it all the way up, and that is how this one operates. The Flame King torch weighs 2.9 pounds, is $57.95, and puts out 340,000 BTUs of power. This one is also pretty simple. All you do is you turn the gas on a little bit, you push the ignition button, then you can turn it up using the dial. But then to get it to go all the way, you have to press the trigger. The other thing of note is that this does not use a 1-pound propane tank canister. This uses a 20-pound propane canister. So this one, you're going to be tethered to a propane tank to use it. The Saker Plus weighs 1 pound, has a regular price of $59.99. To control the Saker Plus, it's really 3 different things. First, you turn the gas on by turning this little knob to the left. Then you press the ignition on the back. Then full flame is the trigger. The Coackle weighs 1.89 pounds, has a regular price of $82.90, and it doesn't really give us any indication of how many BTUs it puts out, but here's how you operate it. There's a knob on top, give it a little bit of gas, press the trigger to ignite, and then to get it all the way up to full steam, you have to turn the gas knob to the left. The Sear Pro weighs 1.2 pounds, has a regular price of $89.99, and is a 2-button operation. Turn the knob to the left, ignite here on the back. To get it up to full, you have to turn it all the way to the left. The sous vide gun is regularly priced at $215. It weighs 3.5 pounds and puts out 240,000 BTU. This is really a 3-button design. You turn the gas on at the top with the knob, you ignite with the trigger, and then you can turn it all the way up using the knob, or you can press the handle down below, and that will give you all the way maximum potential. The grill gun is priced at $225. It weighs 3.7 pounds and puts out up to 400,000 BTUs of heat. This is really a 3-button design, just like the sous vide gun. Turn this left, it gives you a little bit of propane. Ignite with the trigger, full temperature with the handle. The Thermo Maven weighs 1.07 pounds, is regularly priced at $49.99. It's really a simple 2-button operation. You turn the propane knob left, use the trigger to ignite, and then you can turn the knob all the way to the left to get to full power. The Rocket Fire torch weighs 1.3 pounds, is regularly priced at $145, and while I really wanted to put this one in this test, the manufacturer is very clear that this is designed to work with propane tanks that are 60 degrees Fahrenheit and above. The problem is we're shooting this in February and March in the Midwest, in Indianapolis, Indiana, and it's 10 to 30 degrees outside. So it's not fair to put this in a test when it's not designed to be able to handle these temperatures. So this one is going to have to wait for a spring, summer, fall test. So this one will immediately exclude from this round. For the pricing, we're reporting what is the regular price according to all of the manufacturers here. If you go check on Amazon or you check on your favorite retailer, you're going to find the price that we just said is not the price you can get all of these for. Prices change every single day. So we're going to have the opportunity for you to be able to click links and check the prices, but just know that this is a moving target and we'll report the prices that the manufacturers tell us. We are able to create testing videos just like this because of you, our viewers. Whenever you shop using the links that we have down in the description and here on the QR code, we earn a small commission when you make a purchase, and that's what allows us to do this for a living. So if you're watching on TV, just scan this QR code with your phone, or if you're on mobile, you can click the links down in the description. It doesn't cost you anything more to support us in this way. And when you do, you're keeping the content coming that's testing the gear that you want to buy so you can buy the best and skip the rest. The first thing I wanted to know about all of these torches was how far they could shoot a flame. We took a black painted board, propped it up against the wall, and then used painter's tape to mark out 36 inches in 1-inch increments to be able to measure the flame for each. Melissa helped me line up the end of the torch to the start of the measurement so we could get an even comparison. We measured each one, and here are the results. The Flame King had the longest throw at 29 inches. The grill gun came in second with 26 inches. Positions 3 through 5 were a tie for the Saker Plus, Sear Pro, and Sous Vide gun at 18 inches. Thermomaven and Rub Dark tied for 6th and 7th place with 15 inches, and the Coacle finished in last place with 13 inches. The flame distance matters, but so does the distance from trigger to spout. Here's a comparison that shows how much distance you have from where you hold the torch to where the flame is, and there's well over a foot of difference between these 8 models. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing as we test the best in outdoor cooking every week straight to your feed. I know that we use our torches for many different tasks here at the lab, but a very common use is lighting a fire pit. When I saw that Solo Stove released their newest fire pit model with changes internally to help people light fires easier, I knew that there are people who need a torch who don't have one. We're going to set up a simulation of how I usually light my fire pits. I will take a small pile of kindling and place it in the middle of the bottom of the fire pit. Then I'll build a log cabin of 6 to 8 small cuts of wood around that kindling, and that's how I'll light my fire. Now, to simulate this, since I don't need to light the fire pit 9 times as a part of this testing, we're going to leave the kindling out and just use these torches to light those larger splits of wood. And we're going to see what it's like, whether we can light this without having to bend way down to light it, whether we can light it standing up or if we have to bend over and it's inconvenient. Let's see how each one does. The Flame King seemed like it was designed for this. Plenty of length and an incredibly strong flame taking first place. The Rub Dark was second with plenty of length from the handle to the flame, but considerably less flame strength than the Flame King version. The grill gun comes in third with plenty of throw to the flame, but a little bend to get it where it needs to go. For positions 4 through 8, they all worked pretty well, but there were some that were a little better than others, but know that the best were the top 3, and the others all required some level of bending to get that fire lit. Some people have the patience when they're lighting a kamado to take a wax lighter cube, set it underneath their charcoal, light it up, and then wait a half hour for that grill to come up to temperature. That is not me. I grab my torch and fire my kamado up most of the time, but I really fight the embers flying around, putting holes in my clothes. I want a torch that can light either a small section of charcoal or light the entire pile of charcoal, whether I'm going for a smoking session or an entire grilling session. But I want some distance between the charcoal that I'm lighting and where I'm holding this torch. Some of these are admittedly very short, some are rather long, but let's go and light up a kamado and see how these fare. The Flame King has a great reach and excels at lighting the entire charcoal bed. What it really doesn't do, though, is light just a small section for lower temperature control. The grill gun was the best with solid control and a great reach. I love that the propane canister is left outside of the kamado, which is important to me. The sous vide gun also achieves this with great control, but less coverage than the grill gun, and the rub dark has great distance, but a lackluster flame for igniting the whole kamado. The remaining torches all have a problem with the placement of the propane canister, where to get the flame close enough to the charcoal, you really need to put the propane tank inside the grill, and that's a no-go for me. The coaxial is the worst of the bunch, with no practical way to get the flame where it needs to go, so that's a hard no from me on this task. Lighting a charcoal grill also falls to the propane torch here in our house, because while I could wait for a charcoal chimney to come all the way up to temperature for about 30 minutes, I could also complete the job in just 2 or 3 minutes with most of these torches. Here's a full chimney worth of charcoal in the bottom of our kettle. I measured the dispersion and set a pattern of 10 charcoal briquettes to simulate lighting a pile of charcoal. I set a timer using the ThermalWorks time stack to see how long it takes to get the charcoal briquettes to be ashed over, and once each was sufficiently lit, we stopped the timer and ranked each torch. The Flame King finished the job in just 1 minute and 26 seconds. The sous vide gun came in second with a time of just 2 minutes and 1 second, and the grill gun comes in third at 2 minutes and 8 seconds. Positions 4 through 7 all finished between 2 minutes and 48 seconds and 3 minutes and 13 seconds, with the coaxial well behind everyone at 4 minutes and 23 seconds. Propane torches aren't just for lighting fires here at the lab. We use it quite often to sear meats as well. We picked up a pack of beef short ribs at the grocery store and set each torch to find out how well they could sear a piece of meat. In the end, all of the torches were able to sear. The coaxial was problematic with the propane tank getting in the way almost any way that we held it. The Flame King had by far the biggest flame, but it was admittedly overkill for this application. The sous vide gun was my favorite as it packed a punch and was easy to control just inches away from the meat. All of these tests tell a story. But at the end of the day, the torch that you'll enjoy using the most is the one that completes the most applications that you have for it. There is a standout for the worst user experience in the bunch, and I'll save that for last. The best was the grill gun for me. It was easy to light fires both down low and up high, and searing seemed second nature. I've had all of these torches laying around the lab for a few months now, and when given the option to choose just one for a job, I still really prefer the grill gun. It's annoying to me that I can't set it down without having the stand around, and it never seems to be around when I need it. That's a minor annoyance though, and I still reach for it first. I love the Flame King performance, but I hate that it has to be tied to a 20-pound propane tank all of the time. While the performance is absolutely there, the convenience isn't, and that's a big factor for me. The Rub Dark torch I really enjoyed because of the reach, but there wasn't enough flame for me in many instances. I would choose it early on, but over time, I wanted a stronger flame and started turning to other models. The Sear Pro, Saker Plus, and Thermal Maven are all very similar models, each with the propane tank mounted in the middle of the torch. That proves challenging when you're reaching down into something like a fire pit, kamado, or a grill. To get close enough, you need to tilt the torch to almost vertical, and these torches can't do that with propane. The other option is to put the torch, tank, and all inside the fire pit or grill. And I don't know about you, but I prefer to have the tank of propane outside of the fire pit or grill that I'm lighting because that seems so much safer. The Saker Plus is the one that has the full throttle button, so I gravitated to that one out of the three oftentimes. Yes, you can get the same result from setting the dial all the way to the left to full on each of them, but I preferred the one that had the push button full flame if I got to pick between the three. It's difficult to name a winner in this test, but we are going to do it. But what is not difficult is naming the one that I would never buy, because the Coacle, it looks cool. Other than that, I don't love the build quality. It seems like it's kind of the super soaker of the bunch. It's plastic. You can see it's just kind of snapped together. And with the central mount design, it's really difficult to get this, when you're holding this second handle, to get it all the way into the fire. I had to hold it like this multiple times just to get it where I needed it to go. And I'm honestly mad that I spent money on this and I want my money back. I don't think anybody should buy this. So this is the one, definitely last place. It looks cool, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you want it. The best torch for putting a sear on a piece of meat was the sous vide gun for me. That's what it's designed for, and it excels at that task. I would choose it first every time if that's what's important for me. If I'm lighting a fire pit and I didn't mind if I lugged around a 20-pound propane tank, the Flame King definitely gets the win. This torch is the closest to a military flamethrower of the bunch, and it brings more flame than any other model. The downside is the 20-pound tank, but it's a beast of a torch. If I'm lighting a fire pit or a charcoal grill, I reach for the grill gun. It's the best of the bunch for those two tasks, and I love that we can keep the 1-pound propane tank out of the fire when using it. The best budget option for me is the Thermal Maven torch. The list is $49, but it's often on sale for less, and I like most of the things about it. It's still a challenge using any of the mid-tank mounted torches in fire pits or grills, but spend a little time with it and you'll get the hang of it. It's about 4 times less expensive than the others in this roundup, and for the budget conscious, it's a great fit. If you're going to make a purchase, here's the QR code that you can scan with your phone, or all of the links are also down in the description. Remember that you keep these videos coming if you make purchases through our links, and we can't thank you enough for supporting us here at the BBQ Lab. I'm David, and this is Melissa. We are the BBQ Lab. We want to say thanks so much for joining us. We've got a lot of great head-to-head comparisons coming your way, so make sure you subscribe, and we can't wait to see you on the next one.